Hi, welcome to QSTV. I'm Meredith.
And I'm Shane.
In this show we're going to have a look at another couple of tasks from the 100 Things to Do with Your Horses DVDs. From level 1, leading your horse by the nose, and from level 2, while riding, facing your horse's foot on something. So right now let's cross over to Bruce the Aussie Horseman and see what he's up to today.
G'day, I'm Bruce, the Aussie Horseman. I'm here today, I'm going to show you how to catch a horse. For those of you blokes who haven't got much time like me, who haven't got all time to be playing around. You're watching Shane's DVD on how to catch a horse there, and that's alright. He talks about flex and things like that, and I don't know. But I don't seem to have to worry about that sort of thing because that doesn't matter to me. So I'm just going to show you how to catch his horse here. So he's caught already. So you just go up to him and put your halter on. It's not a problem. But this is pretty easy horse, but I'll just show you how it's done here. But, well, he was an easy horse. Anyhow, if he gets his bum facing you like this here, just sort of swing your rope at it a bit. And I find this is a real good idea for getting them to really get your attention. Hang on a minute. Cut. Really want to put this on his head though, so I might just go around the front. Once you've got him in the corner like this, you can just go around and get him on the head here, sort of. Well, sometimes they kick you, but don't worry about that because it doesn't hurt too much if you sort of don't face them too much. Good boy. There you go, don't worry about no flex or nothing. He's caught. That didn't take too long at all. And he knows now if I walk in the yard, he'll just go and stand in the corner and face his bum at me and I'll be able to catch him. Now, sometimes we're out in the paddock. They're a little bit hard to catch. So what I find, maybe if they're a little bit hard to catch, I've got this special rope here. You put this on them. It's a catching rope. Just put that there. You get any little bit of rope will do. Okay, if they're a little bit hard to catch, you get a longer bit of rope. You can get real long bits of rope. I've seen them. There you go. You just leave that on them there. It's a bit hard to catch. And then if he's running around and he's a little bit quick there, you can just sort of get him, and then you'll have him. Now for those ones, sorry, come here boy. I've got him trained pretty good now, this one. But if he's a little bit harder to catch, I just get a longer rope. I even use this rope here. I've got a rope out there, I've got a horse out there, he's got a 50-foot rope on him. When I have trouble catching him, I just drive along in the car and I've got a little a marker on the end, a little thing that drags on that rope, and I just drive my car on it and stop my car right there, and he just stops real quick. Just sort of spins around when the car gets on his rope, so it slows him up. Anyhow, that's a good few tips there for you on how to catch a horse. If you haven't got much time like me, and you'll have them trained as good as me in no time.
Well, we might leave Bruce with that for a while, but right now let's have a look at the 100 Things to Do with Your Horse Level 1 task, leading by the nose with Leah and Jackie from the Sunshine Coast. Thanks for that, Leah and Jackie. let's take a look at how to do that task. This is a really good task for teaching you about trust, feel and softness. Trust in that, seeing how your horse feels about you leading him by the nose, which is a pretty sensitive area of the horse. It also teaches you about feel and softness for getting your hands ready for when you're going to be riding him, maybe riding in a bridle later on. So what you do is just place your hands around your horse's nose, ask him to come forward. Now, Atlas has come forward pretty nicely there for me. We'll just do a little circle here. So he's yielding nicely for that. If your horse has trouble coming forward when you ask them, rather than just pulling harder on their nose, which will just make them heavy and give you heavy hands for later on, instead try walking back towards your horse's hind quarter like this, and just keep walking backwards until his hind quarter disengages like it's about to any second, and then try walking forward again. See how that goes. You can even go the other way if you need to. If they're really stuck, just come across this way, get that hind quarter moving, and then go for a little bit of a walk. And that's really about all there is to it. Let's see what hints the Cryptic Horseman's got for us this week. I think I can hear him down here somewhere, so let's go see if we can find him. Somewhere down here I think he is. Here he is down here. Let's see what the Cryptic Horseman's got to tell us today. See if he's got any handy hints.
How you been? You know, I was down the racetrack the other day and looking at the horses, and you know, a racehorse, if he's a racehorse, doesn't really mean he's going forward. Even a racehorse. Really, if your horse is going forward, you should be able to stop him. You know, a racehorse, you haven't really got your horse going forward unless you can stop him without the reins. That's what I was thinking. You ain't really going forward unless you can stop him without the reins.
Well, thank you very much for that tip, Cryptic Horseman. Now let's take a look at the 100 things to do with your horse level 2 task. Place your horse's foot on something while riding with Carmen and Paulie from Broken Hill.
Okay, thanks for that, Carmen and Paulie. We're going to have a quick look at how to get your horse to stand on something while you're riding him. And one of the key things is you're going to need to have done this on the ground first. After you can do that, make sure your rein positions are working well. So if you've got a horse who doesn't want to stand on marker, you'll probably find that when you ride up there, it feels like there's a force field around it, you know. So what you can do is just keep going around, keep an indirect rein on, and just when he feels like he needs to step, just allow him to step forward towards that marker, towards that board. After a bit of practice, he might even see that as a spot of comfort.
Thanks for joining us at QSTV, and we'll see you next week.
See you then.